know that's hard to see, but just basically we zigzagged all the way up, and if you stopped here, you are going to finish off by placing a band there, and then one down to this middle peg, and then you will do the same on the other side. Okay. Now the next section, it will be routine, and it is extremely important. This is one of the times where placing the C-colored bands exactly how I say each time, each way, will give you a nice, even, symmetrical pattern, as opposed to twisting it just any old way and kind of it, being a little more sloppy. So we will start by placing one A-colored band, and then we will be doing 4 C-color bands. The first one, put it on this pin where the top of the A-color band goes, and twist it towards the center. Twist it towards this purple band in the middle. So when you're that one, it's always going to be twisted this way. And then on this side, this one will be twisted exactly the same, only, mirror towards the middle. So twist and then twist. Then the bottom two, we still want to go towards the center. So we're going to start out here and twist up towards the center. So obviously this one is going to twist up towards the center. Okay, push that down so you have room for extra more bands like coming on down the road. We place A, and we're going to do this all the way up the loom. The first C is here to the left, twist it to your right towards the center. Take the other one, twist to the left towards the center, down and to the left. Okay, so this one's down to the right, down towards the center, to the left. And this one is going to be up towards the right center, and this one's going to be up towards the left. Just goes towards the left. Let me show you that one more time. And if you get mixed up and it comes out like this, it doesn't look bad. But if you're more of a perfectionist and like it exactly so, then, rewind it a little. I don't rewind anymore, but, go back and review my steps again until you are confident in the way you twist it. So twist to the right and down, twist to the left and down, twist to the right and up, twist to the left and up. Your twisting's all towards the center, so it makes a nice little design around these 4 pegs. Okay? I think I'm saying okay too much, okay? I know that took a little while, and hopefully you were pushing down the bands as you went, especially down these 2 rows, because our final band placement will be on these two. Rows. So just push down those C bands up through those 2 center rows, the second and the fourth, and you'll have room. Okay, so I'm using purple. Now, this is all an experiment to me, trying these special bands. They've got such a different type of, of feel to them. they're thicker, how they interact with the other types of bands. It's kind of hit or miss, so you will get to see if this is a good idea or a bad idea. So with this one, you can just go up this row and then up the other row, but you are going to take all of these and twist towards the center, making a figure 8. I'm sorry, but it's really hard for my thumb to grasp this. But you will do that. Oh, sorry, I forgot to change this table around so it's more productive, not slippery. So twist to the right towards the center. And we will just do that all the way up to this last pin. And you will do the same on this side, except you'll be twisting to the left, so you can also, keeping it towards the center. I'm wondering, maybe I should twist, you know what? I'm going to switch this up because I have a feeling that might be why. See how these bands, even though they're thicker, they're just a little different than the maroons here. I wonder if it's because I twisted it to the outside. So we're going to find out. Let's go for it. So let's try this again. Twist to the out. Twist towards the out. Twist towards the outside. And then you'll do it on this side, twisting towards the outside. So on the left side you'll be twisting to the left, on the right you'll be twisting to the right. And do that both sides. Okay, and I will work on mine and change my notes just in case, but it makes sense. When there's something different, it's like, well, what's a possibility? There's only two things. It's like you twist it to the right or twist it to the left, and this I was definitely twisting them towards the center, and possibly I twisted most of these to the outside, with maybe the exception of these down here because they're sticking out kind of funny. So anyhow, I will be back. Placing the bands with this many is definitely the most difficult part of this design. The looping back is very, very simple. So before we do that, we are going to make sure we have our last pin. So just double rubber band around that pin in whatever color you want. And I always try to use the extension color. So there's two things that have to be done. We're going to zigzag the sides and straight up the middle. So I have the center on top. So I don't know why I have it differently in the instructions, but I don't think it matters. So this, just straightforward, take it all the way up to the end, and then you'll come back, and for me, the one going to the left is on the top, and you will simply, so I brought that from here to here, reach down, grab your, what color, the A color band, so you're going to be looping back the B, the A's up the center, and zigzag the B's up the side. They're, the C and D's they're just placement bands. So I think it gives it a fun, lacy look with a little bit of a cuff as it curls up on the sides here. So go up the center, zigzag on one side, and then come back and zigzag on the other side. I think that should be easy enough for you, enough of instruction to follow it since it's so very, very basic. Zigzagging up the side, just one right after the other. And then, the center up to here. Now when you get up to here, you're just going to keep zigging, and you're going to zig to here, then zag to there, and then you're going to take this one to here, and then that one down to this. So everything's going to come to this center pin right there, and no fears. If you're uncertain, just stop right up here, and I will hopefully stop right here if you're uncertain. It's hard when it's above your head. See if you're on screen all the time, so hopefully I didn't confuse you by working on everything way out here somewhere. So yes, zigzag up each side, straight up the middle, and then the last two bands on each side will be the V band from here to here, and then here to here, here to here, here to here. Have fun. It takes a little while, but hopefully this will turn out really nice with this mixture of types of bands. Hopefully that was not too difficult for you. I did have a problem with one of my middle metallic purple bands breaking, but this is a pretty easy design to rectify a broken band. So as I said, I would show you how to finish the last couple of bands. I've done the last zigzag right to here, well, the second to last one, because this is the last one. So gently take these very temperamental special bands and take it up to here, and then reach inside and bring it down to the center, and you will just do the same on the other side, and then we will be ready to place our extension. Sorry about that. Okay, so I will be using the glitter gold for my extension, and we already have the somewhere. I thought we did. Oh, there you are. Hiding from me. I've already got half the battle. Although I see some people pull these bands all the way through and they just whip it right through. Okay. I'm going to have to go off the screen so I get the angle, I'm sorry. But all I'm doing is, so I can be right on top of the, oops, hold on. One of my bands popped off here, so I am going to turn off the camera and fix that, and of course you'll see me momentarily. Alrighty, sorry about that, but I had to have that, so I had a great bird's eye view to look down into there and pull out the other half of my extension band. It gets pretty thick with these special bands, so I was having trouble singling it out and getting my hook all tangled up. Excuse me. So now I turn my hook upside down and I pull the band through the loops, and I will do 5 bands. So the first one was already in, and I'm going to add 4 more for a total of 10 extension bands for a smaller size wrist. Let's see, okay. Now hopefully I can stretch this out my fingers because it makes it so much easier when it's taut to pop on the clip. Okay, now the decision. Do I just try to pull this off, or do I release the tension from the sides? I'm thinking because of such decisions. You know what? I'm going to go for it. Maybe. I'm sorry. I've got to do this. I'm sorry. I can't. I just can't. My fingers are just not cooperating. And some of you have kindly asked about the condition of my hands, and I think since my first video, those of you who have been watching me regularly have seen I have a situation and it's getting worse. My doctors do not know what it is. I've had a skin biopsy, and all that did was show, like, well, it might be this, or it could possibly be that. And it could even be this. Like, how completely useless is that, right? So now I am waiting for an authorization for referral to a second opinion, dermatologist. I'm thinking it's a bad reaction to a bunch of medications I've had to be on for a long time. Doctors didn't think so at first. They go, it doesn't look like it's a drug reaction. And now that's what they're thinking it is. I suppose, I guess a skin biopsy, if you're looking for the right thing, can tell that. I don't know. So hopefully I'll get a dermatologist that can figure it out. Okay. As you saw, I slowly worked that off, and I don't know if that makes the design looser or tighter. Using the different bands, in fact, I'm probably going to take this one apart and redo it, since there's not a lot of, stretch. There's really no stretch to the C and D colors, and minimal stretching from the looping of the A and B color, so I'm probably going to redo that one. Okay. What I don't like about this is that, they look so much darker. The metallic looks so much darker than the purple here, and it kind of looks the same color. I mean, it looks better on screen. Probably because of the light from above shining down on it, and I'm kind of behind it. But nevertheless, even though these purples are close, I think it's really pretty. This is the back side, which I think is a little sloppy for my taste, but there you have Serviette. I'm going to say that right. Serviette. I know I grew up in a French family, French-Canadian family, and though they do speak a little differently, I think their French is akin to the Shakespeare English to modern day English. But I don't know, when I've asked my mom to pronounce words for me, now I'm putting on my last extension bands, which is how most tutorials show to do it. Why can't I find my thing? My cap there. There it is. I think a lot of the words sound alike. I think what's different is there's totally different, they were isolated, the French Canadians, for hundreds of years. And so they had to come up with different words which they used through those hundreds of years of isolation. So if you go to Paris or France somewhere and use some of that French Canadian, but you know what? The Brits call a diaper a nappy, so, no biggie. Anyways, I thought the words in French are so pretty, like serviette. It's probably serviette, something like that. I don't know. But the American pronunciation is serviette. Okay, so now you're going to pull this off. Reach around and grab the opening of that clip, making this band taut so that you can put it on, and there you have it. Okay, okay, this one you definitely don't need, at least on these bands. Is way too, it looks a little sloppy. If it's loose, it needs to have a little bit of snugness, so I'm going to take a couple of those extra bands, but I like it. It's kind of like champagne color, you know. Yeah, that's exactly it. Speaking of French, huh? Green grapes, red grapes, champagne. Yeah. Too bad I can't drink any of that stuff. Gives me headaches. Oh well. Alright, so back to the subject. Here is Serviette. If you like this video, please feel free to share it with your friends. Check it out on Instagram at #DebsThing or #Serviette. And if you would like to see more of my videos and be notified, make sure that you subscribe to Deb's Thing. So I'm going to take a look real quick here to see. Yeah. Remember how I changed twisting from that figure 8, the D's, from the center to the outside? You can see now it matches up with these and not these. So I'm going to take this apart and maybe I'll put it in my to-do someday because it's a lot of bands. But it just looks messy that way. So I'm glad I caught that before I had you guys go through and make it like this, because it's just kind of messy. All right, thank you so much for watching. Hi there, welcome to Deb's Thing. Today I'm going to be switching it up and going back to a 5-bar design. This one right here was on part 1 of my introduction video as reference number 5C, and last night I made it in this color scheme, which I think is cute, but I'm still working with which types of bands go together. You know, I did the Persian white here with the jelly, and the Persian white just seems a little too thick. I really like the way the border is here because, I mean, and they're all opaque. Well, this whole band is opaque, or bracelet rather. So, this is what I'm going to do. For color A, which I'll put that one aside, which is the maroon here, I will be using the glitter gold. Color B is the yellow up the middle, and I am going to be using the metallic purple. The C color, which is the lacy, oh, I forgot to tell you the name of this, the lacy background, is going to be this pale green that is in the mixture of the camo pink and the, I'm sorry, back up. This right here, this one is going to be where the gray is, not the maroon. I'm sorry, the main color going up the side is the gray, so that's going to be the glitter gold. The up the middle is the purple, the metallic purple. The background lacy pattern is going to be this real muted green, and where the maroon was, color D, will just be regular purple. Now I decided, I was thinking, you know, everybody's used the word lace in a lot of bracelets, and there's no denying. See, this one I first tried, I probably did not pay attention to how I twisted the C color bands on, but this one I did, and I think it makes a really, you know, a nicer pattern. It's not so messy and chaotic as this one. So, you know, when you think of lacy, the word doily comes to mind, although doily does not necessarily have to be lacy. So, in French, doily is serviette. So, I thought that sounded cool, even though I don't know if serviette is, you know, necessarily have to be lacy. It just means napkin. So, let's get going. We will have our
bars in kind of a zigzag staggered position. So this one will be the farthest
back,
and then these two down, and these two
even with the middle
bar. So this is how I placed the bases, and it seems like that is going to be fairly sturdy. Go back and see my messy work section. Let's see. And so that's how I have it set up.
We are going to get started by placing all of our A bands. Yes, placing all of our A bands. So we'll place one here because I'm using this for my extension, and so that comes in handy later on if you've seen my videos before. And then we are going to V out in both directions, and then we are going to zigzag all the way up each side. It takes a little while because there are quite a few bands. Well, any of you have done zigzag, you know, there's what, probably like 24 on each side, and then these. Okay, so we're going to keep zigzagging, and the last
ones you'll go from here to here, and then here.
This is the last band everything will go on. So it's going to go up and then down. And if you're not quite sure when you get up to this pin, just wait for me and I will show you. So on this side we will be doing the same thing. We'll just zigzag all the way up, and it's a little hard to see with these very pale bands, but hopefully it'll look elegant and nice against the purple. Okay.